Join me as I explore some of the most haunted locations out there and see if they really make me sick. In this video, we'll delve into the unsettling idea that haunted locations might negatively impact your health, both physically and mentally. There are countless stories from individuals who claim to have experienced unexplained phenomena after visiting haunted locations. They talk about feeling anxious, depressed, or even physically ill after encountering these eerie places. But are these claims just mere coincidences, or is there something more sinister at play? In this section, we'll explore some of the most striking reports from people who believe that haunted locations have taken a toll on their health. One such example is the infamous Stanley Hotel in Colorado, where numerous guests have reported experiencing strange occurrences, from ghostly apparitions to unexplained noises. Many of these visitors have spoken out about feeling a sense of dread or anxiety after staying at the hotel, with some even claiming to have fallen ill shortly after their visit. But what's perhaps most fascinating is that the hotel's dark history seems to have a profound impact on the mental health of those who dare to enter its walls. Another report comes from the LaLaurie House in New Orleans, a mansion infamous for its brutal past of slavery and torture. Visitors have spoken out about feeling an overwhelming sense of sadness and despair after touring the house, with some even reporting experiencing vivid nightmares and flashbacks. But what's striking is that many of these visitors had no prior knowledge of the house's dark history, leading one to wonder whether the energy of the location itself is somehow affecting their mental state. Furthermore, there are numerous accounts of people experiencing strange physical symptoms after visiting haunted locations, from skin rashes to migraines and even full-blown illnesses. But what's perhaps most intriguing is that many of these individuals had no prior medical conditions, leading one to wonder whether the location itself is somehow triggering these physical responses. In addition, many paranormal investigators have spoken out about the toll that investigating haunted locations can take on their own mental and physical health. From sleepless nights to vivid nightmares, these investigators often report feeling drained and exhausted after delving into the world of the paranormal. Haunted locations are often shrouded in mystery, with their dark histories and unexplained occurrences captivating our imaginations. But what's perhaps most fascinating is that these locations often hold a deep emotional significance, with their histories often marked by tragedy, loss, and suffering. Take, for example, the Winchester Mystery House in California, a labyrinthine mansion built by Sarah Winchester, the widow of the Winchester rifle heir. The house is famous for its staggering number of rooms, staircases that lead to nowhere, and bizarre architectural features, all designed to confuse and trap the spirits that Sarah believed were haunting her. The Amityville Horror House in New York is another prime example, with its dark history of mass murder and tragic loss. The house seems to exude an aura of malevolence, with visitors reporting feeling an overwhelming sense of dread and fear. But what's perhaps most striking is that the house's history seems to have a profound impact on the psyche of those who dare to enter its walls, with many reporting feelings of anxiety and depression. The Moundsville Penitentiary in West Virginia is yet another example, with its long history of prisoner abuse, torture, and murder. The prison's dark energy seems to permeate every cell and corridor, with visitors reporting feeling an overwhelming sense of sadness and despair. But what's perhaps most fascinating is that the prison's history seems to have a profound impact on the mental health of those who dare to enter its walls, with many reporting feelings of anxiety and depression. The Bell Witch Cave in Tennessee is another location that seems to have a profound impact on visitors. The cave is said to be haunted by the malevolent spirit of the Bell Witch, who was blamed for the physical attack of the Bell family in the early 19th century. Visitors have reported experiencing strange occurrences, from unexplained noises to physical attacks, with many reporting feeling an overwhelming sense of fear and anxiety. But what do the experts have to say about the connection between haunted locations and health? Do these locations really have the power to affect our mental and physical well-being, or is it all just a product of our imagination? In this section, we'll delve into the opinions of experts and scientific studies that explore the notion that haunted locations can cause health issues. According to Dr. Chris Rowe, a psychologist at the University of Northampton, The impact of haunted locations on our mental health is very real. Dr. Rowe believes that the emotional significance of these locations can trigger a range of psychological responses, from anxiety and depression to even full-blown psychoses. But what's perhaps most fascinating is that Dr. Rowe's research suggests that the energy of the location itself can somehow affect our mental state, even if we're not consciously aware of it. On the other hand, skeptics argue that the connection between haunted locations and health is purely psychological. They believe that our minds are capable of playing tricks on us, making us believe that we're experiencing paranormal activity, when in reality it's just our imagination running wild. But what's perhaps most striking is that even skeptics can't deny the very real emotional responses that people experience when visiting these locations. A study published in the Journal of Parapsychology found that visitors to haunted locations reported higher levels of anxiety and depression than those who didn't visit these locations. The study suggested that the emotional significance of these locations can trigger a range of psychological responses, including feelings of fear, anxiety, and dread. Another study published in the Journal of Nervous and Mental Disease found that people who reported experiencing paranormal activity were more likely to experience symptoms of PTSD, including flashbacks and nightmares. The study suggested that the trauma of experiencing paranormal activity can have a profound impact on our mental health, even if we're not consciously aware of it. In conclusion, the connection between haunted locations and health is a complex and multifaceted one. While some believe that these locations have the power to affect our mental and physical well-being, others argue that it's all just a product of our imagination. But what's perhaps most striking is that the emotional significance of these locations can have a profound impact on our psyche, whether we believe in the paranormal or not. If you enjoyed this exploration, don't forget to like, subscribe, and let us know your thoughts in the comments below.